It's the bald and the beautiful. Everything from Nashville to Hollywood on My Country 96.1.
Cande, we start with Tim McGraw, who fell off the stage in Arizona over the weekend.
Well, why'd he do that?
I don't know, but I figured I'd bring it up since we talked about Post Malone yesterday.
Yeah.
His fall, but Tim's all right. He fell. It was at a festival. He fell in between like the stage and a barricade where the audience was, and I guess it was kind of grassy, and he kind of got up and turned it into a impromptu meet and greet and ran down the line of the crowd there and said hi to everybody.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so he's okay. All is well.
Oh, good.
He works out enough. He'll be all right, kid.
Yeah,
So-
a tire could fall on his head. He'd be fine.
He probably would be. Tracy, although we don't wish for that. You know?
No, not at all.
Tracy Lawrence has his 17th turkey fry happening in Nashville, November 22nd. The old school country star does this every year to feed the homeless and do some great work in Nashville. So the 17th one happening November 22nd. Do you know, over all these years, they have fried 8,000 turkeys, served over 90,000 meals, and raised over $600,000 for the rescue mission, Cande.
All due to the sweet little turkeys.
Yeah.
I've never had a fried turkey, have you?
I have not, but, I hear enough people talk about it.
Yeah, they rave about it. Never tried it.
Two things. The first is, if it's done right, I heard, you got to know what you're doing.
You have to know what you're doing. You set the whole house on fire.
Well, it's not even that, just for the taste of the turkey. But yes, do you know, every year on TV, anywhere you live in the United States, the local news station will do a feature on firefighters showing you how not to burn down your house
Yes.
frying a turkey.
It's not an easy thing.
No, it is not. So I watched just a touch, as we were doing the show yesterday, just a touch of the funeral for Queen Elizabeth on mute. But from what I'm reading, tell me if you heard about this, a spider on top of the coffin became a big star yesterday, kid.
I did not, and I was watching highlights.
All right, well, there was a spider right on the note that Charles wrote to Elizabeth.
Oh,
And
isn't that meaningful?
Yeah, and left on the coffin. Anyway, no word on what happened to the spider. And then I saw an article that showed, remember the movie The Shining, of course?
Of course.
The young girls who played the twins. The very
They were
scary
so
twins.
scary. Oh,
They showed a picture of them in England waiting online, just like David Beckham, to pay, a tribute, honor
are they
the
still
Queen.
Scary looking?
No, they look quite normal.
Because I once ran into a girl who looked just like them. She was freaking me out. I mean, she wasn't doing anything. She's a perfectly nice child. But she looked just like those twins.
Yeah, well, they look normal and older, obviously. The original American Idol judges, Simon, Paula, Randy, they reunited for Kelly Clarkson when she got her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
That's lovely.
Yes. I was reading an article yesterday, had to bring this up because it's in our show sheet this morning. And I actually read this article. Gene Simmons of Kiss, in an interview, talked about how he has no friends and he likes it that way. He says, Paul Stanley's probably his closest friend, but he only sees him when they do stuff for the band. He said, and this is how he describes it, I don't want to be sitting around on a lazy Saturday afternoon, calling someone up and inviting them over and having to worry that I'm entertaining them. I want to worry about myself.
So he sits around by himself.
I guess, yes, he is perfectly fine by himself. There's a little of Gene Simmons in all of us, though.
There
Cande.
is. I have, a handful of friends that I consider like family. And that's it. I don't want any more. I cannot have a lot of friends. I just can't. I can't.
I
feel
understand.
like he does. I'd rather sit home alone and not worrying about entertaining. I get
understand.
it.
The group Crowded House from the 80s, Don't Dream It's Over, you know them.
Mm-hmm.
They were going to do a big reunion tour. Well, their drummer came down with a back injury, so they put it off.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
that's something you'd pull.
Yeah.
Ha.
The NFL is investigating Tampa Bay Bucks coach Bruce Arians for possibly instigating the fight with Tom Brady and Mike Evans and everyone with the Saints over the weekend. There was a big fight on
I didn't
the
realize
field.
there was a fight.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was in a fist fight out there?
Well, they were protecting him. His team was protecting him, and now the NFL's investigating whether Bruce Arians actually was telling his team to go fight the New Orleans Saints. It's a whole to-do.
That would be a stupid thing to say.
Eli Manning went undercover for ESPN as a walk-on recruit for Penn State University.
And nobody recognized him?
Well, it's funny because he looks like Eli Manning, but he's got a ton of makeup on and long hair. He called himself Chad Powers, and he goes there and he starts practicing like a walk-on. It's about 15 minutes long. It is pretty funny.
I saw him and his lovely wife in the stands at the Giants game Sunday.
Yes. But go check out that video. See if you can find it.
I love him.
And finally, Mariah Carey, do you know back in the day she recorded an alternative rock album in the 90s, but her label refused to release it. So someone else re-recorded the vocals and ended up releasing it. Now she says she wants to release her version of the album.
Go for it, girl. Do it.
Yeah, why not? At this point, why not? TV tonight, ABC with the 19th finale of The Bachelorette, NBC with The Voice and New Amsterdam's premiere, CBS with FBI. There's 3 hours of it, a whole bunch of different FBI shows, and Hulu with a new show called Reboot starring Keegan-Michael Key and Paul Reiser, where these old sitcom stars come out of retirement for a reboot of their show. It is a new sitcom on Hulu.
So it's a show about doing a show.
It's a show about doing a reboot of a show, yes.
Got it.
Keegan-Michael Key, Paul Reiser, Hulu. And there you have it. You're bald and the beautiful everything from Nashville to Hollywood. Beautiful. Today's Tuesday, a gorgeous Tuesday and Wednesday on tap, 80 and sunshine. Let's hit the roads, my country, 96.1.
Phathead and Cande in the morning, weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. on My Country 96.1.